In the farthest corners of the globe, colossal stone monuments stand as if part of a grand illusion, defying the laws of time and physics, suggesting a surreal strength and cleverness possessed by the ancients. These ancient quarries, carved into the annals of history, reflect not just the physical exertion but also the mystical and cultural importance these stones represented. As enigmatic as they are imposing, these quarries, from the mysterious stone circles of Europe to the enigmatic giant moai of Easter Island, raise bizarre questions about the essence of ancient civilizations and test our perceptions of human potential in the depths of prehistory.
The journey into understanding the origins of megalithic quarries requires a dive not only into the stone pits themselves, but into the mindsets of the ancient builders. Archaeologists and historians have long debated the initial impulses that drove such massive undertakings. Research suggests that these efforts were not for the faint-hearted. It involved a complex understanding of geology, tools, and methods far advanced for their times.
The creation of megaliths involves a range of tools that, although primitive, showcase remarkable engineering insights. The quarries often left behind clues in the form of hammerstones and metal picks, which reveal much about the techniques employed. For instance, the diorite quarries in Egypt utilized a sophisticated system of dolerite balls to pound out basins and channels, a method affirmed by tool marks that remain visible millennia later. Furthermore, the logistical challenge of transporting these gigantic stones to their final resting places was no small feat. Theories range from the use of wooden sledges and rollers to the possible employment of boats along the Nile in Egypt. Modern experiments have replicated some of these techniques, but the exact methods remain a compelling field of study, shrouded as much in fact as in speculation.
The cultural and spiritual narratives woven around the megalithic quarries are as large as the stones themselves. These sites were not merely industrial landscapes, but were imbued with deep, spiritual importance. In many cultures, the quarries were seen as sacred spaces, where the earth itself was carved and shaped to the will of the gods or mystical forces. Take, for example, Stonehenge, perhaps the most iconic of all megalithic quarries. Archaeological findings suggest that the blue stones used in Stonehenge were transported over 200 kilometers from Wales, a journey that scholars believe was as much a spiritual procession as a logistical enterprise. The alignment of Stonehenge with the solstices further underscores its role as a temple to the sun, highlighting a celestial connection that governed ancient agricultural societies. Moreover, the quarries often served as a communal hub where people from diverse regions gathered, exchanged ideas, and participated in the laborious but culturally significant act of stone extraction and transportation. This aspect points to a social structure that valued cooperation and shared spiritual practices, arguably setting the foundations for larger political entities or states.
As we traverse through the remnants of these ancient landscapes, touched by human hands thousands of years before us, we are reminded of the relentless human spirit and its quest to understand and manipulate our environment. The giants of stone stand as silent witnesses to a time when the mystical and the mundane walked hand in hand, and every stone carved was a step towards eternity. Today, as we strive to preserve these prehistoric marvels, we not only protect our historical heritage, but also cherish the unity and strength that once moved mountains.